stop this gravity. It keeps bringing me down. I can't breathe and I don't wanna die. Can we stop this gravity? 'Cause I don't wanna say goodbye. I forgive the pain you gave to me so long ago. Sleepless nights I laid awake just begging to let go. I almost got to suicidal thoughts, but you stepped in. An angel sent from heaven showed me how to live again. Now I'm falling and I can't see the ground. Can we stop this gravity? It keeps bringing me down. I can't breathe and I don't wanna die. Can we stop this gravity? 'Cause I don't wanna say goodbye. My love, I'm gone. I need to be strong. The darkness had tried to swallow me. Some things I fall, but I hear your call. I pray I don't hit the ground. Gravity. 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 rain crashing down. All around this empty town, we're searching for the lost and found. But you don't care, you're unaware. Keep moving like the scars aren't even there. It's in the air, like a blazing flare. Just stare, cause the flames will burn us. I thought you were the one for me. That's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. I used to kiss your head when you cried for me. Hold your hand while the pain was over. Keep you warm by the roaring sea. You meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. My darling dear, you're never here. When I'm in pain, you hide and disappear. Like shadows in the atmosphere, charting the stratosphere. Yeah. I prayed for you and kept you near, in hopes you'd chase away my fears. I'm on my own, you made it so, and now I'm chasing nightmares through. I used to run with you through the great big leaves, laugh at you when you laugh at me. Hope for us because I believe the home was just you and me. I thought you were the one for me. That's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, I'm gonna do this on my own. No point in blaming you, you did not know. Oh, I thought you were the one for me. That's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, I'm gonna do this on my own. No point in blaming you, you did not know. Oh, oh, I'm gonna do this on my own. No point in blaming you, you did not know. I thought you were the one for me. That's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me.
And I've been chillin', watching the ocean with you. Baby, up with a slow motion crew. And we up in our cloudlands when people change, but not us. And we just chillin', kicking it, kissed by the sun. Could be soaked to the skin in the mall soon. I know she got the good vibes when seasons change, but we're the same. Even if I lost all my money, the zero runs deep, honey. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding
Here we go again. Trying hard, but you wanna be my friend. Ain't no place to hide, ain't no one to run to. Here we go again. Call my bluff, I'ma be here till the end. I'm the one you ride, I'm the one you ride to. If you don't wanna change, ain't no place to hide, ain't no one to run to. If you don't wanna change, I can help you out, 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 I can help you out. Here we go again. Time is up and I'm calling up my friends. Ain't no wonder why, ain't no one to ride to. Here we go again. Call me up and you wanna be my friend.
Hello, everybody. You are stuck with just me today. I don't have a co-caster, other direction. So, yeah, it's just me. But I'm excited to be here. We have a cool game coming up. We have recap from the last match, which I'll hand it over. We don't have a ton of time, but we had some really cool plays. And this one, J-Dog, I'm pretty sure got like a 3 or 4K. He kind of just went off there. And Speckle in this one does really, really well, just being super aggressive on Tracer. And just managing to kind of wiggle his way out of all of those silly little situations. But looks like, yeah, we've got some just genuinely cool plays. Double D got to play Lucio last match. This was such a good play on Piggy Power. Oh my god, that was so good. And yeah, I believe that is the recap. So we had a pretty good game last game. We won our first game in like a couple years, honestly, which was super cool, and I'm sure that the team felt super good about that. Well, now that that's over and done with, let's go to team lineups. For that, for mines, you have the same thing as last time. We have our captain, Piggy Power, who's been at it for a couple years now. We got Speckle as the other DPS along with Piggy Power, J-Dog on tank, Double D and Bibbert on support, and Viper as the sub for Speckle, and he is in first before Speckle today, kind of like last week again, so that should be kind of fun to see. I'm kind of excited for it. And then on the other side we have the captain, King Hamcake. I'm calling him King and not Hamcake. Ash Reborn, kind of a sick name. Beans. Slay, Drizzle, M-Trekker, and Brett are the substitutes. I don't entirely know who plays what yet, so we shall see. From what I see, I think it's Slay as tank, Beans and King Hamcake on DPS, and M-Trekker and Brett on support. Okay. So I had a fun experience of learning that this game was supposed to be happening at this time 10 minutes ago. So I don't have any information on this team. So we're just going to go Hard Rockers win 3-2. I'm hoping for a super competitive game. I like competitive games. I like when they just kind of happen. So yeah. And it looks like our first map is Control Point. And we are on Lijiang Tower. I believe we played this one last game, but if not, we've played this game quite a bit for just like in general through the last few seasons. It's a really good Control Point map. Control Point is just King of the Hill. It's kind of best of 3. I think that's most of it. I think yep. So it looks like the teams, ooh, okay. I don't know if this is just like a funny pick or if this is an actual pick from Double D on Brigitte. That could be kind of interesting. We do have Juno. We also have J-Dog on Orisa. We do have Junos on both sides, but UNO has switched to Ana and Ramatra and Cassidy, so apparently they have decided to just randomly switch right before it starts, not realizing that there's a delay on stream. But you know what? I respect it. Fair enough. Looks like it is not a joke pick. We do have a Brigitte, so I'm really interested to see how this goes. We have some just the first interaction, first team fight coming in here. Double D just being an absolute menace on the sidelines. May is pretty low on their side. We've gotten 3 and they got 1. They got Viper pretty early at the start. Beans is going to go down. M-Trekker's going to go down, and that will be the team of UNO going down, and Mind is going to be sure to make sure they catch that point. So Viper trying to make his way back. The rest of his team kind of just doing some poke damage for now. Just trying to lure them out. That was a great wall on by Viper. He managed to get the tank isolated. The others did manage to kind of slip around in the end, but when it came down to it, they got a lot of use out of that wall. Just the Ramatra is left. Unfortunately, Viper is going to go down again. But it doesn't matter. The rest, Bread and Slay, go down with like later, and that's that. Also, I was wrong. It was Slay on tank, and Beans and Kingham on DPS. There we go. Words are hard sometimes. Everybody knows that. Okay, we got some poking coming in again. J-Dog antied right now, so he's got to step back a little bit. Thankfully his supports are able to help him out a little bit. Viper ult coming out. J-Dog kind of isolated. He's going to try and use his abilities to get back to his team. Unfortunately, he is going to go down. Slay gets 3 in that chaos. Wow, that was crazy. Beans picking off Double D, and he will be the last to go down as the team regroups. I do think he probably should have died a little faster, just because now it's just a little bit staggered. It's really not too bad. That was I felt like that Viper's ult was pretty good. It was just kind of unfortunate, honestly. J-Dog ulting on to the point with that freeze is gonna go so well. What? Oh my god, that's a team kill for J-Dog. What the heck? Can we get a replay? Do we have that? That was crazy. That combination was so insane. Wow. That was so cool. If they don't save that clip, I will be severely disappointed. Looks like Juno ult comes out from Bibbert. We are now in overtime as Hard Rockers are going to try and just keep the point as they can. Ram is now completely isolated from his team. He's trying to use his ult to just stay alive, but it's just not going to work. And Mines is going to take that pretty hard. That team kill was crazy. Oh my god. I'm just kind of in awe right now. Whoa. That was so cool. That was a phenomenal. I didn't even think of combining those two ults, but like May's ult slowed everybody down and froze them so they just couldn't escape. Once J-Dog started his ult and lured them all, that was phenomenal communication on the Mind side. And I think that there needs to be some adjustments. It does look like they are going to switch to Tracer on the UNO side. That might actually work pretty well. I feel like that'll help against the Brigitte a decent bit. But it looks like we do have a Sim this time instead of a May. That should be interesting. Bread does give Viper pretty early, so Mines is currently playing a 4v5. Ram managing to get out of there. It was pretty close though. He was not looking super great. J-Dog pushing in, trying to take some space because they aren't really on the point right now. Viper definitely too far in. He definitely should have backed out a lot sooner. I think he just kind of see it back into his groove of things realistically. We've got a kill coming out from Piggy Power, but Double D does go down. So Mines is still, they're kind of even, but now Mines is at a huge disadvantage with no supports on site. I think they're just going to try and hold this for as long as they can. I don't know if it's necessarily the greatest move. J-Dog is now going to stagger quite a bit. He was trying to get out, but unfortunately he's going to get taken down by Bread, and Mines is going to have to wait a little bit to regroup, unfortunately. But slowly but surely he will come back. And UNO is set up over on this bridge over here, trying to hold at least one of these checkpoints. It looks like we're seeing Mines take TP over, and we've got a really good spear by J-Dog interrupting Beans' ult there. We have a lot of chaos going on right now. Piggy Power does manage to get one. He gets the Ana, which is really good. J-Dog managing to push. J-Dog gets 3 with that. I only saw 2 in there. What? Where was that? What a kill by... what an ult by J-Dog. I didn't even see that last one. That's so crazy. That was a phenomenal play by Mines. He manages to get the ram off and then ults and gets 3. That's... J-Dog is clearly feeling something tonight. That's crazy. I don't even want to say locked in. I feel so cringe saying that. Chaos happening over in this area. I'm not even going to try and explain what's happening here. There's just a lot. Just know it's chaos. Double D goes down, but Mines does get 3 from a few different people. I think most people just kind of got their 1 in that fight. That was really good fight by Mines. Nice TP from Viper there to help Double D get back on the point faster so Mines can hold this. Mines does take lead in percentage, so needs to find something. UNO I've noticed has not been able to just get effective uses of their ult. So I think if they were able to start focusing on that a little bit, I think that helped them a lot. Because Mines is getting a lot of use out of their ult compared to UNO. And we've got another ult from J-Dog and another 3K. What is this man on tonight? What? And we have a phenomenal shield bash kill. I respect the heck out of that one, Double D. That's incredible. Wow. That's crazy. Okay. That's so cool. All right. We've got overtime. Barely. Unfortunately, Piggy Power is not going to get anybody because Beans takes him out, which is going to severely limit Mines in their ability to do much. Bread goes down, but Viper does get 1 before he dies, but unfortunately, Mines is going to go down. That was... I literally said it. You would just need to have some better use of their ult, and they did. Beans managed to pick off Piggy as he was ulting, and Piggy just couldn't get anything out of his ult. And that's a hard loss for Mines. Thankfully, with that Symmetra, Mines is able to get back really quick. And they push so aggressive onto site. They're such an aggressive team. It's so fun to watch. Okay, we do have Ram ult on point. M-Tracker is going to go down to Piggy Power. Bibber does go down. Viper goes down. We're pretty even right now. Oh! Slayus won! Piggy Power manages to clean up, and it's just a 1v1. He wins it! He wins it! He manages to keep the point! Oh my god. That was crazy. He was so low there, too. Oh my god. Piggy and J-Dog are on something tonight. That's crazy. What a phenomenal game by Rockers. That was so exciting. That was so cool. Oh my god. I would be shaking if I was Piggy. That's crazy. Oh, this was... Oh, yep, we get to see this play again. This was just such a good play. Like, look at that. There was just such good coordination of ults there. And J-Dog just manages to get that 5k. That was... I was on the edge of my seat for, like, all of that. Like, you didn't get to see it, but I was just, like, so in it. That was so cool. What a phenomenal game by Mines. You know, that sure is a way to start. Mine's gonna have so much momentum from that game going in, and I don't know what I would do if I was UNO. I'm gonna be honest. I'm really not sure what exactly you can do in that situation to do better. I think mostly because, like, they had that one really good point where they used their ult really well, and that changed the tides of that fight so fast. And I think if they just had better uses of their ults, they could get that. I feel like Slay isn't using the Ram ult at the best of times. I think they kind of get the use that he's going for, but I just don't think that he's getting it. He's not getting the most that he could be out of it. I don't know what he'd have to change it. I'm not much of a tank player, but I think they also need to protect their supports a little bit better, because they're one of the first ones that go down every time. The comparison between, like, who goes down first for Mines and who goes down first for UNO, Viper goes down first for Mines. He's a DPS. He's not the supports. Our supports have a lot more livability. Their supports get picked off really fast. And I think that's one of the huge points that UNO needs to kind of work on, and then they'll be a lot better. Also, full disclosure, this is kind of weird, only having me to talk to myself. I'm just, like, yapping. Oh, I'm talking to the chair. Yes, I feel a little crazy doing that. I'm talking to this chair. No, I'm talking to you guys.
You might have a sub coming up for game 2.
Okay, cool, sick.
You might have more than one now.
Oh my god, we might have another one coming later. But it looks... I'm not sure what the next one is. I think it is hybrid. Okay, so it looks like we have Fancy Schmancy King's Row coming up, which is such a fun one. I would not be shocked if we see Reinhardt come out on this one for J-Dog. I don't know the other team very well, so I can't, like, predict what they're going to play. But I do predict seeing a Juno, because Juno works really well, because this map has such, like, high and low grounds that Juno just will work really well, and that, like, the circular boost of speed will just work super well in these, like, street conditions. But I'm really excited. Hybrid is it's kind of like a mixture of two of the types of maps. So it's kind of like the control point, where they have to get a point, and then once they get that point, they're able to push a payload, basically, and then they just have to deliver it to a certain spot. There's a couple checkpoints along the way to make it so that if they lose a team fight, they don't go all the way back to the beginning. They have a spot to get to. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Looks like we're gonna see Piggy Power breaking out the Ash. Okay, that should be pretty fun. Looks like we have a pretty similar comp. We do have a Baptiste coming out from UNO, which is kind of exciting. Double D still on Brigitte, so I'm so excited about that. I love seeing, like, fun little things thrown in there for comps, and I didn't even know Double D really knew how to play Brigitte, so this is so cool. I love this. This is also, I feel as though I can't criticize Piggy's ult, because I was told that I made people angry last time. So I will criticize his ult a lot less for those people, so they get not angry. But looks like we have the first team fight coming out. It's a lot of chaos right now. I'm not going to totally try and tell you exactly what's going on because I don't know exactly what's going on, but Mines is pushing up pretty quick. We do have the spear going right into that shield, so unfortunately he's not going to get anything out of it. Piggy Power almost getting the Juno over there. Doesn't manage to. Fighting the Cassidy on the other team. Maywall comes up, doesn't really get too much use out of it, unfortunately, for Mines. We have Ram. Viper should not be that far in. I hope that he attempts to back out as soon as he can. Looks like we are going to get a couple kills coming out from UNO, and Mines is going to have to sit and regroup. They did get to 2 ticks though, so they're sitting pretty all right. They have 2.5 minutes. They'll be they're very well on their way as long as they just kind of keep the momentum that they had from last game. Looks like UNO didn't really let last game affect them all too much. Looks like they're running about the same comp, and they don't seem like they're just kind of giving up any fights. Double D he's just kind of chilling, and J-Dog gets one with his ult. Viper and J-Dog and Biver just kind of wiped the floor, and that will be UNO going down to kind of a team kill, not really. And Mines will be pushing up here pretty far. Ooh, fun little Matrix up there trying to take some high ground. They're going to poke some damage. Double D just at the back, just absolutely chilling, vibing. And we have Bibbert up at the front on Juno. Like I said, this is just like pretty good Juno map, honestly, because of the different elevations. There's just a lot of places that she has to work with. We do see Window coming out. Unfortunately, there's not a lot that can be done with it. And a good spear from J-Dog. He is just on those tonight. That's the second one of those that he's got. Unfortunately, I think they just need to track those abilities better for UNO, because that's I think a lot of like why they aren't able to get as much use as they really should out of those ults is because they just keep getting canceled. Mines is just really good at tracking where the ults are coming from, and I think UNO needs to track when abilities are. They need to watch for the spear to come out, and once that spear comes out, then you're good to ult. You just have to wait for that. Otherwise, you're just not going to be in a good position to, do that. Oh my god, you did not need to run to come here, but I appreciate it nonetheless. Alright, we have an ult coming out from J-Dog, and that is... Wow, Bob came out from... Wow. Okay, hello, that was... Wow, Bob and J-Dog's Orisa ult came out. That was crazy. What a combination. I didn't expect that to be like as good as I thought he was over the edge. Alright, looks like we're pushed up quite a bit. I feel like UNO is holding their ult. UNO's been holding their ult for a little bit, I think.
I got no sound.
Huh?
You got no sound.
I got you. How's that?
That sounds.
And
maybe turn that a
what a kill from
Thank you.
Piggy. Slay just trying to survive just a little bit longer, try and just get through this. Unfortunately, it's just not going to matter, and that will be Mines pushing all the way through the full distance. So UNO has their stuff cut out for them, because Mines also had a lot of time, so they need to take this point fast, and they just need to push. Just like Mines did, they just need to just go.
I think what we're going to see here is an attempted rush push from our opposing team to try and make up for the time that they gave Mines here.
I agree.
I think that them pushing a little bit harder than what would be normally necessary is going to be a really important part of this like next coming game?
Oh, I 100% agree. I think that there's going to be mistakes made because
they're running Tracer, Sombra, Diva. They're
ooh,
going dive.
they have switched. They have switched. This is going to be so fun. I'm so excited to see this. M-Tracker still hasn't picked, though. So I'm sure that they are really trying to figure out what they want to run.
I am very questioning on this Tracer pick because Tracer gets hard shut down by both Mei and Brigitte here. And I think that the Orisa can even handle a Tracer. I really think that Night Hamcake is really going to have to hold one of their best games ever to get through this composition. Especially since Piggy Power is standing in the back here, could really just watch over the supports and really leave that Tracer dive empty. The Sombra is really going to have to try and push in on the tank here to make up for their lack of damage on the front line.
Yeah, and I think the Sombra is an interesting pick into Brigitte because everybody knows that if you are getting hunted down as a support by Sombra, you switch to Brigitte. One of you supports switch to Brigitte because she can just mace around. I don't think that this is the best composition, but I think that they are trying to run what works.
I really
for
like
them.
What's happening here. They're taking the high ground on mines in an attempt to make up for the dive. And we are going to see the Tracer attempt to push in on the Piggy here. And we did see what's going to happen to the Tracer for this game. And I'd really like to pay attention here as Piggy and the Tracer are in combat behind the Orisa here. And it looks like the Tracer managed to get behind, and Piggy knows it. Piggy's watching for the Tracer here, and the Tracer's going to try and retreat back to her team, which the Tracer does not know that the rest of the team here are right about on their face.
Yeah, it should be a very fun confrontation. I'm excited to see it.
I think we did just see what's going to happen here is because of the lack of frontline potential and the Orisa's oppressive power, they're able to pick off the supports in a more efficient manner.
I agree.
And they're trying to sneak behind mines, but they're also shooting at mines, so I'm very kind of a little bit confused over here. The Diva's going to put a little bit of pressure on the front, but the Brigitte's really just going to shut down the Diva push here.
Yeah, Brigitte is just she's such a shutdown. We do get Piggy Power
on the Piggy Power here.
Piggy Power is going to be a really big shutdown.
The Diva's too deep right now. If they can't stay out, which they can't afford to. We are going to see an Ana ult, and the Orisa is trying to hold off on this Diva, but the Orisa gets shut down, and the Brigitte pop to try and make up for the health missing. The Mei is really trying to get the support here, and we are going to see mines come back a little bit here in an attempt to recapture this point from our opponents, and the Diva kind of misses that dive there and pops the Diva bomb. Tracer hack.
Viper doesn't get that wall off, unfortunately, so that is going to be the point going to probably UNO for at least a little bit. Looks like J-Dogs is probably going to push out pretty quick. He's actually being pretty hesitant, which is very unlike him. He's very aggressive, but he is going to make his way onto point, and we are going to see that confrontation start coming out for the Orisa and the Diva, and they have to get onto the point faster. They're honestly, their strategy is working right now, but they need to go faster. UNO doesn't really have the time to be back like this. J-Dog getting one, Double D gets one, J-Dog gets another one. Slay is out of mech, so Slay just really can't help them right now, and that'll be pretty much everybody just gone. M-Tracker managing to get back and sleeping J-Dog, but
I think
it's just not going to do much.
Here from the rest of it is I've noticed how this is going. M-Tracker's trying to get a good anti-nade on the opponents, and what we saw there was a little bit of a preemptive attempt to get that anti-nade at the start of that confrontation, and that led to a loss. M-Tracker has actually switched from Ana now to the Baptiste in an attempt to keep their team alive, though the Orisa did just get singled out by J-Dog and the rest of the Mines team, and we did see a Reaper get in there, but the Reaper is being pulled back in.
And it looks like that is going to be the first J-Dog ult that doesn't actually get anybody. Actually gets less than 2 people. But it was still a really good play on just preventing them from really getting anywhere. They couldn't go through that choke point because J-Dog was there, and they had to use their abilities to get out, which just kind of made them have to wait.
Still an important part to note about the result is it does force your opponents to get out of this area, and on this map especially, pushing down that middle point where he popped the ult, it's a very powerful ultimate, and to hide around the corner like that to stop your opponents from entering and forcing them to try and retreat in all directions can really just force the backfire. And we are going to see the reason why the Baptiste pick here is an attempt to save the Orisa, but the Orisa just gets pushed out of the zone, and that's the end of this game.
Yeah, that Brigitte is just such a crazy choice to make. Like, I was kind of confused on it at first, but it was such a good choice. And Double D has been really good at just absolutely pushing forward with J-Dog and just trying to get as much space as he can with J-Dog, just putting some absolute godsend pressure onto UNO. And that was a crazy play by Piggy there with the Bob and the Orisa ult. That mixture was just kind of a crazy storm of something that doesn't normally work together fucking flawlessly. It was so cool. Also, I have a caster.
Hi,
I'm
I'm
second.
Bonked. You might recognize me from League streams
And
other stuff sometimes. But I think it's important to go back to the Ashe point here,
I
where I
agree.
think Ashe in this season paired with the Orisa here can actively make it very a persistent pressure point, especially with the Orisa's ability to pull them out from behind cover, making the Ashe and the Bob combination, where since now Ashe in this season, I'm pretty sure they haven't removed that yet, since you can shoot someone with Ashe and the Bob will focus that person down, I think that mixed with the 75 damage hit or the 150 damage hit into a Bob hit kills a support just outright.
That's kind of crazy.
And that will really play it in. You could see with the Piggy Power hit here, the Orisa was really the finisher here, but since the Orisa had them pulled together and the Bob just went in and hit them all up in the air, they couldn't get out, and that really forced the Orisa ultimate to be just that much more oppressive. We really do get to see Orisa in this season shine as a overwhelming tank pick, as it is still really hard to keep some other tanks alive, and especially the Brawl tanks, which have been really just seeing this kind of buff back off from Blizzard, is really just becoming a little bit more oppressive as Orisa is an anti-Brawl. And so when we saw the opposing team try and go with a dive, we really got to see the power of an Orisa here and the ability to zone control out certain enemies. We got to see it on the D.Va, who got shut out of that initial team fight over the point where they lost it the first time.
Yep.
Just to see a D.Va of all people get completely shut out by an opposing tank is really oppressive here. And the only real counter that they had to that was an attempted on Sombra hack, which was focused onto other targets like the Brigitte to try and stop that oppression on the Tracer. And we got to see an anti-nade and the power of that the first time we saw the Orisa, or the second time we saw the Orisa die, and the first time actually, they were both anti-naded. And I think that really does accumulate with the new Juno. Being able to force your horse further into your opponent's backlines to hit more people with that ultimate really does actually apply massive pressure to your opponent's backlines. And I think it's still important to note, both teams are able to pick the same team comp, but at that point it just becomes a horse game. And we really did get to see the Mei shine here too. You could see when the D.Va bomb was about to go off on that last point, the Mei wall just was about to stop it, and then the hack came in, which we did get to see used on an opposing player that wasn't the Brigitte here. But really what we got to see when they pushed back into the point was a very oppressive first play. And I think that is the underlining here of this team composition. In the King's Row, you're able to hold choke points, and Orisa does that insanely well.
I agree. And J-Dog has a very good Orisa. He has... his main tanks are Reinhardt, Doomfist, and Orisa. He has trained those tanks so incredibly well, and he plays all of his tanks very aggressive, and Orisa mixed with the Juno just has a very good storm of perfect aggression. And then when you add the Brigitte in there to just add to that just absolute stopping power, what is the other team really supposed to do? They have to basically mirror it or just kind of give up.
They're running all the right parts. We actually do see a switch from Speckle here, and we see a switch from Doubled into a Lucio to make up the distance here for Orisa on this map.
Yep.
I really do think that this team comp is going to be a little bit more aggressive, and I really do think that if they wanted to, once the game becomes set in stone, the Reinhardt pick you said he made is a really good pick into this map, although it doesn't seem like it at first with such the wide angles.
Yeah.
You can really hug these corners that the bot gets stuck on and really just force some oppressive play with Reinhardt ultimate, which I've noticed is it looks like he does mainly Brawl tanks.
Yeah.
And him specializing in Brawl makes him the perfect Orisa in this scenario.
Oh, absolutely. He knows exactly what to do. Exactly.
They just absolutely shut down that D.Va who couldn't even get out. And they're not even looking at the D.Va anymore. There's not a chance the D.Va gets that ultimate back. And really, they're just looking to try and shut down that Tracer who's going to try and get on the pick on those back lines with Lucio being in now.
Exactly. It does look like we are getting a couple picks on the back line, though. J-Dog is going to go down, but it looks like most of Mines is still up. So we're still sitting pretty all right. And it looks like
we did force the retreat here.
Yes, but UNO is going to start pushing that bot a little bit, so they're going to get some distance here. I would like to quickly say, so we didn't get to do this because I didn't necessarily want to interrupt you, but this is a push map. So how this map works, for people who don't know, is it's kind of similar to control point in a way, but it's like a moving control point. You have to take over the control point basically and push it along. It's very different from most of the other game modes, but yeah, you can see Mines here doing it now. They have to stay next to this robot, defend the robot, and just kind of keep pushing it until they get to
Orisa gets a pick on there, and I did see Double got shut down by the Sombra. We can really start to see here where the Sombra starts to stand out because the Lucio pick is being blocked by the Sombra. We did get to see a switch. Oh, we switched back into Brigitte here, we did see a switch into Moira as a try and counter play.
Oh, Moira! Oh my god, I love Moira. I'm such a Moira main. I freaking love Moira so much. This is so fun.
I don't know why, but you Moira mains are a little bit giddy if you're not.
Oh, absolutely, 100%. I don't get to see Moira as a main play.
Here a little bit dangerous here with the with the anti on standby. Really did get to see that shutdown on that D.Va, and they are really going to try and shut that D.Va off with the boost here. They did try and force the Tracer, and the Tracer does get behind J-Dog, but I think, Piggy Power's got that shutdown, and we are seeing an Orisa aggressive play here, especially with the ultimate here.
Yeah,
we did get to see a sleep on the Brigitte there, though. That was crazy.
Yeah, it did look like J-Dog was kind of looking for it, but it just wasn't worth it by the time he saw it. There just wasn't the people there, and they had already basically won the fight. They were going to
some massive shout outs to these supports here. J-Dog was in deep there, and there was no anti-nade ready. J-Dog stayed alive for that entire fight, and I really do think the support play kind of went over the tank play there in that fight. If J-Dog had ultimated right there, I don't think it would have gotten enough people, and I'm glad J-Dog saw that, and especially with Piggy Power now getting the handle on the movement speed of your opposing champions or heroes.
Dirty league, you league.
Oh, we did get a shutdown on Piggy Power. We might be seeing some interesting play here. The D.Va is not being oppressed by the Orisa in time, and the Orisa knows it now. The D.Va is trying to fight back against three of them, pops Ulta and fast, and the Sombra is going to try and get in for an EMP above, but gets shut out by the Orisa here.
3 health. Yes. He is going to be trying to get away with a prayer and a dream.
I don't know how it's better said that is just the best place not to get that ult in there, yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
We do get to see the Brig ult now that we started to pick back up here as Mines grabs the first objective on the push map, which will set their spawn forward, which is a huge push factor, especially for Mines' much more aggressive team.
Absolutely.
Them throwing away just 1 damage isn't going to be enough to stop them from rolling with this Orisa, essentially acting as both a damage and a tank.
Absolutely.
And the Orisa can really force a punch through. This part of the map might get a little bit rocky, but since they're running D.Va, it's actually kind of shut down as long as this doesn't happen.
Yeah, as long as Double D
ult is managed.
Yeah.
Since we did see the Sombra ult, if they don't shut down Mines right now, we are going to see a pushback into the D.Va, which did just get pushed back out by the Orisa. Very nice play by J-Dog, by the way.
Yep, he's so smart as a tank. He knows when he most of the time knows when he's not supposed to go in, but sometimes he's a very W key tank. That's like the best way of putting it. A lot of times I'll be like commentating, I'll be like, oh, it looks like J-Dog's gonna back out. He'll take like 1 step back and then like 4 steps forward. I'm just like, never mind. I should have known better. That's on me.
I personally play a hard player, and my supports hate me for it, but it's always got to be that. Like, they'll never expect me coming in with 2 health.
Well, that's crazy. That's probably there's a good reason for it.
Thank God for my supports. If you are watching this stream, thank you for your service, and I'm sorry for your aneurysms.
I've played right.
We are going to see the D.Va retreat here, and I think it's important to see how much the D.Va is just healed back up, as really Mines isn't able to secure the kill on any of the opposing champions. We did see the Tracer respawn, but we're going to see Mines back up a little bit here, and the Tracer did get out of that fight, actually.
Yeah, the Tracer is just kind of a slimy fish.
Who just got hacked?
It looks like Double
Double.
D got
Double just got
hacked, and
hacked.
he got hard
Yes.
focused. Do you see how many assists were on that? That was really good communication by UNO. That was communicated. That had to be communicated because you don't get 4 people assisting on 1 kill if that is not communicated.
We do get to see like a main point against Mine's composition here, because Doubled is also acting as like a kind of main damage source to try and out damage their healing, but we are getting to see a little bit of Kiriko play to kind of counteract that burst damage setup.
Yeah,
and we are going to and we did get to see what's going to happen here if they continued up the same plan. If they keep shutting down this Brigade, it's really going to have a hard push into J-Dog's mentality here.
Absolutely. UNO is finally, after 2 games, they are finally making the adjustments necessary, and this is going to be so fun to
play here. Sorry to interrupt. Orisa is diving in with the Kitsune trying to back up for the Orisa gameplay. The Orisa is just going to be ignored here with the Kitsune rush in play, and I think the Tracer's just a little bit too far away to contribute here after trying to get chase down.
I agree. But we did see one coming out from Piggy Power with his ult, but unfortunately they got like 4 more. So it just doesn't really matter in the scope of things. That's not going to be like the super greatest ult from Mines, because unfortunately
we are getting to see some Zarya.
Zarya, yes, I love. Okay, I may have lied. He also plays Zarya like a lot. So.
Well, I mean, Zarya's good in this season, especially with the Orisa kind of gameplay, and we did see them just press W into the Zarya, and the team couldn't keep up with the Zarya W, and that really just kind of backfired a little bit. I do
want to point out the unfortunate little booster kill on Piggy Power from Slay. That always feels the worst to be killed, and like I feel bad even like saying it, but I'm just
we do see Diva Bomb. They're all kind of grouped together in that doorway. I'm very interested to see how Mines is planning to play around this, because they've just used both the Zarya bubbles, and I do believe they know about the Diva Bomb.
They do. Double D is really good at tracking those ults. Luckily, they were definitely aware of it, and they were all able to get around. And it also helped that they kind of forced the Diva Bomb out.
We did get to see a Sombra shutdown here, so we are going to see a retreat here. And that's going to be a very important retreat, as Mines can try and get their grasp back into the game here. The Zarya here gets ramped up, and we got to see her get shut down pretty fast the first time, but that was really only because she couldn't put out that power without getting shredded too fast. And we do get to see a little bit of the strength here of Zarya, where she's able to act as a support for the rest of the team, as in Overwatch 1 she would be your sub-tank pick, which didn't really quite make sense.
Sombra is giving some. I noticed some really good back pings from Sombra over in the back line, just pointing out where Speckle was, which is going to be super essential when UNO is making their decisions to go in or out. They're gonna have to coordinate this really well, and it looks like Sombra has picked her target.
Yes, I think that's a shutdown. Or this is like they're trying to go after the McCree because they just saw that or Cassidy. They're trying to go after the Cassidy because they really did just start to see the damage potential once they team established themselves.
And Cassidy is going to get 2 here. We're going to see both supports gone, so UNO is just pushed all the way back. They just can't do anything with their supports.
That really plays into exactly what I was just saying here. They're really trying to go for the Cassidy. They know the damage output is there, and they're really trying to make up for that push here, the pushes that they just lost. They're trying to get some kind of pick. And we are seeing the power of Mines' team now, a little bit more geared towards defense. They can shut down an area.
Forcing that Judo out.
We are seeing
Judo
the lack
ult
of
out
a
for
Diva
Bread.
suit here. We are seeing an attempt to go for the Diva, and the Juno is caught out. Diva got suit back. But I think this might be a loss here for them.
Oh, maybe not.
Maybe not.
Maybe not. Slay just got 3 kills there. That should have been a Mines win, but even losing the ult, she gets another one. That's a 4K from Slay, and that will be a wipe on Mines, and UNO is going to be able to get this bot back so far. Mine's gonna have to come back so hard for that. We have a hamster. Why is there a hamster?
The hamster.
Get that gross stuff out of here.
They're going for the hamster pick to try and take care of some of these more squishy guys. I think they noticed that they're getting the damage from the Cassidy here, and they're really gonna lay back and from that damage from the Zarya pick by trying to fit a hamster in there. And I really am curious to see how this J-Dog hamster is going to be. I did just see the hack go on to the hamster, and the Diva is going to dive because of hack. We do get to see some ducks by the Moira, which did help save. for a little bit anyway. And the Juno is really trying to shut down on that Tracer there.
Yeah, as a Moira person, it's hard to go up against a diva without like a good tank that can take a lot of damage and just is generally built to take a lot of damage. Hamster is built for going after those squishies. He's not built to protect his squishies in the back. He's just not. You have to be really independent, and if you're not like a really strong Moira player, you're just not going to be able to do much with a Hamster as your tank, you know?
Piggy
And
Power
that's just
did
a really
pick up
unfortunate. Oh, absolutely. Piggy Power is a phenomenal DPS. We've seen it every single season that he's played. He's a phenomenal Cassidy player. He's so deadly. Last game, he literally got like a 4K in like one of the first couple minutes of the game on Cassidy. That was a crazy play, and it looks like we are going to get a decent shutdown on Mines. So we are currently 2-1 in favor of Mines. So UNO finally getting some momentum.
Yeah.
They're getting some momentum, and Mines kind of struggles necessarily once they start losing their momentum. So they need to really make sure they take a step back and look at their mental and make sure they're aware it's one game. They can lose one game. They just have to push forward and win the next one.
Yep.
And that's
I really think
what it is.
Like, this has been some phenomenal games from both teams.
I agree.
think like both sides have really been putting on the pressure on those tanks, on
I
the
agree.
supports, on those damage. We did get to see a couple points in every game where each of the cast members were like very like important to the winning of the game. We saw one go down from Mines, and then we see the rest of them fall. And I really think they've started to notice that if they can get one of them, they're going to try and topple the rest of the team on the lack of that one particular thing.
Yeah, they know it's also just a dangerous game because they have in literally past round in the control point round of this overall game, Piggy managed to kill 2 people on the point while he was like, it was basically like a 1v2. So they know that they have to still play as if there's a full team on the point. They cannot play as if they are at the advantage. They have to be careful, but they have to be aggressive because Mines, if they're not aggressive, Mines will be aggressive. They will punish you for not taking every single opportunity that you have in front of you. And that's something that I really like about our team is just
being able to commit on
exactly that. Like, I've seen a lot of teams struggle purely because they just don't see the opportunities and they don't commit to them. They hesitate. They take them like a couple seconds too late, and by then they've already lost the fight and they just gave up an ult, so they just made their situation even worse.
I really think that it's like important to see here that both teams are very organized, and we did get to see on those first 2 games, like Mine stays in the cluster. If you leave the cluster, things go wrong. And so we've gotten to see today, as they haven't really been able to be split up with that more composition focus, like the Brigitte and that Kings Row game. And I think really here, seeing the like group effort here from Mines is really pushing them to try and be better. If their mentality isn't damaged and they come back here, this will be a very interesting and strong game. Once they establish themselves in a spot, they aren't leaving. That's what we've learned about Mines, and we've also learned that J-Dog likes to move this bubble of influence.
I agree.
I'm going to now refer to this as the bubble of influence. Mines says, this area is mine now, and you can't go
The
here.
boy.
Yeah.
The boy gets moved, but only with J-Dog.
Yes.
J-Dog switches.
J-Dog center.
J-Dog
Well,
goes
J-Dog
with
front.
his support sometimes, but most of the time J-Dog press W first. So
Yeah.
it's okay. J-Dog moves the boy
I
around.
do believe that J-Dog is the front of it, and what we do get to see is like this, I want to say it's like a diamond shape, where we get to see 2 supports, an outer member, so like the Tracer in the Kings Row game, or not Tracer in the Kings Row game.
The May
in the Kings Row game.
and then the Cassidy in this last game.
And the Cassidy in this last... Oh, the Cassidy was actually the back point. So what we see here is front point by J-Dog, 2 side points for supports in the center of them, and then 2 outer DPS. And those orbiting DPS are what are trying to put out the damage, and J-Dog just influences where they go. The bubble is a triangle, really. And I think that's really important for Mines to maintain that, because every single time we've seen them go through a choke point, whenever we see them go into like a hard, close area where your opponents can't really back up that far, it's been shut out from Mines. And I think that it's a very interesting that we're seeing Flashpoint pick here.
Oh, Mines loves their Flashpoint
Yeah,
pick.
but-
And this
Ooh,
this
Junker
map
Queen.
is so fun. Yep, that's
I love
exactly
seeing
it.
JQ.
JQ is so fun, and J-Dog just likes to press W and just absolutely demolish.
I
He
think-
gets some really good knife hits, and I think if he continues to get those, especially on the like Juno and that,
I think the Sombra. I think the knife is going to go for the Sombra.
I think if he knows that the Sombra is there, otherwise he's probably going to go for the Juno just to try and get her out of the sky. And
Unless...
first before we even continue into this, Flashpoint, how does it work? It's like Control Point. It's just 5 of them, okay?
And it's a
whoever
very
gets
large-
to the
It's
and it
Call of
goes
Duty
really
Ghosts.
fast. It goes really fast. It builds percentage really fast. So like you get on the point and you just like it just ticks and ticks and ticks and ticks really fast. And the first person who gets 3 flashpoints wins the game. That's how it works.
I think Flashpoint's been very interesting over the course of... Oh, we do get to see a hit here from Piggy
Ooh.
Power. Piggy Power
Double D does go
outside the
down
bubble
though,
here.
so we are even right now.
Piggy Power was outside the bubble for a little bit, and they didn't get to establish it in time. This point here is a really weird spot for Mines. They can't really form the triangle of influence here. And we did get to see the hack on J-Dog, but J-Dog isn't... Ooh, J-Dog's being focused down, and the Diva takes the J-Dog hit, and they did start... Double did switch into Brigitte.
Yes, and we also see Viper come out with May. May is a really good option for going against this Diva because
I think
can't
it
really
shuts out more than the Diva here. I think it really is like a mentality of like, I'm going to slow down your faster characters that are harder for my team to hit. And that's really going to stop some of these hits. Like, we did get to see a little bit of Tracer play, a little bit of the... a little bit of Tracer, a little bit of Sombra. I think it really hard focuses on that Sombra pick. They're just going in. They use Juno to get in there, and we do see we do see
both supports going down for Mines, so that is going to be not a good situation for Mines to be in. J-Dog is hacked, and he goes down so fast. Piggy Power is going to follow. Viper needs to just kind of die here so he can just get back to his team. I don't know why he tried to fight that. He should have just died.
It's a feeding mentality. You don't want to be caught feeding.
I understand, but also, like, you can't stagger. You cannot stagger, especially in flashpoints. You don't have the time to stagger. You stagger, you lose like 20%.
Yes.
Like you have to know when to die. That's a really important part of Overwatch because of respawns, which makes it kind of different. Sorry, I've been talking for like an hour straight.
No, I think we are going to see some interesting reasons why we see JQ on this map. The high ground here has been really an established domination position once they take the point here. And I really think that this is going to be a very interesting hold here from Mines.
I agree, but UNO has been holding this really well.
They shut down Viper. I think we're not going to see much commitment to this first point after that point, and they're going to try and go to the next flash.
Yeah, I agree. And it's also like... I don't know if you've noticed, but Double D and Bibbert have been going down so fast. They get targeted so fast, and that just screws over Mines so bad. UNO has been really smart about who they're going for, when they're going for twice. Yes, which is going to be a very interesting
I think I know
pick.
why. I think
I'm excited for it.
They're getting caught out. I think Double is playing aggressively on that first win, and I think that like with that aggression comes the other tanks that have been able to push that a little bit further.
And that's just going to be a team kill.
That's just
UNO just gets that. That was
three
crazy.
Supports on every kill.
Yeah, and they did use 3 ults though. UNO did not use their ults very effectively. I think ult economy is fine
right now. Flashpoint for Diva
I agree, but also it just like using 3 ults there when you didn't need to use 3 ults there is just not a good play. Especially because we do have like 3 ults, 4 ults from Mines right now. So like if it comes down to it, they're just not going to be able to do anything about that because they just don't have the ults.
I think Diva Bomb makes up for 3 ults. I'm in the mindset that the ult economy for this game mode, because percentage is so fast here, the Diva Bomb is going to be relevant here. We are going to see it fly up in the air. Yep, we're seeing the Diva Bomb. It's going to force them off the point. They can get that extra 4 or 5%. And I think that like that's the reason why Diva Bomb is such a high pick on this mode. And I really do think that the Tracer Bomb is also an important here for ult economy. I think that we see a lot of ultimates across the top, but it's important to focus on what each ultimate does. A lot of us just say they've got more ult economy because they've got more, but I think it's also the value, like how valuable we are seeing.
There was both the support ults and the EMP. It was like 3 support ults, which could have worked so much better if you used it with the Diva
Yes.
bomb or
They
with
just
the
got-
Tracer bomb.
They're diving in, and I think Uno is in a good spot right now.
I agree. We do see Mayalt come out. It's not going to get anybody, but it is going to force UNO off the point, and their Mines is going to be able to get the point from that.
Oh, we are going to see the Kitsune rush, and we are going to see a hard push in from Mines. J-Dog switched to the Diva play to counter the Diva. It is a very W character.
And it is working, actually, really flawlessly well.
You know,
which
Diva
is
Dick
shocking
just
because
what
I
we
didn't
needed.
know that Jack really even knew how to play Diva all that much. But I'm really
It's
excited.
right up
This is
that
really
alley.
cool.
I think that's one of those like mainstream since Orisa's really meta right now, that the Diva has gained traction as a good pick here, and I think especially here a diff and tank is going to be really hard on the other team.
I agree. I think overall J-Dog has more skill. So I think it'll be interesting. I feel like UNO just has more practice on Diva, so I'm just kind of curious to see how this is going to level out.
Uh-oh. Slay's going in for the rest of the team. Beans
Slay
hacks
does
the
get
Diva.
2.
Oh, we are seeing a Tracer Bomb, and it misses. Oh, but the other one hits. No.
Nope. And we're
think
gonna
that's
see
a lost point from Mines.
I think so, but they did get it to overtime, which is kind of crazy because they were at 0 at 99, which I think is going to help
Myra?
fuel Mines.
No, Myra's going to the next point. Regroup with the rest of the team. You see, there's sometimes you just got to give up on that flashpoint.
Yeah, absolutely. But Mines needs to be careful about this because if UNO wins this game, they're going to be tied, and it's going to come down to that last game, which might mean my prediction might come true, which would be really cool. I don't think I've gotten a right prediction in a very long time. So that'd be really sick.
A winning game versus a right prediction is. Yeah, I think. This
Well, my
game's
winning
really
game,
good.
what my game was,
Giving?
we win 3-2.
Okay. That's
so
good. That's good.
I'm
I
trying to
was
have
a
more
little bit-
faith in
a
our
little bit
team this
worried
year.
here.
Okay,
I was a
I
little bit
really
worried.
tried.
I was a little bit worried. Oh, we did get to see the.
the
Sombra.
EMP
Yep.
comes out,
We
and that is
saw
going to
the
get
EMP.
Piggy Power and J-Dog, and unfortunately,
That's it.
that's just going to be it.
That
I mean,
flashpoint's
J-Dog's
gone.
tried to just stay for like a little bit longer. I'm glad he didn't use his ult.
Didn't
That would have been
pop
a
at all.
really bad idea. I think he realized he shouldn't be staggering there. He should just die and let it happen.
I like what this is all going for. I think we slowly started to see that Mines is switching into the other team's characters. I mean, I don't think I'm wrong.
Nope, that's pretty correct.
It's been a very interesting series here. Oh, we are going to see some interesting gameplay between a Tracer and Sombra, and the reason why you run both of them.
Sombra, Viper's going to go down.
Oh,
M-Tracker getting pretty low here, managing to get out. Bread does go down from UNO. J-Dog does get that kill. So that's going to be a really good kill for
we're about to see
Mines.
another Diva Bomb holding off the point here, and that's really going to be an impressive play because it doesn't allow J-Dog to push in like they like to. They can't just walk around right now, and that's really hard on them. And we are going to see a remech here. I think that
was
Mines
the
is gonna
right choice
try,
there.
I think they kind of need to
Absolutely.
hold on this. This is a 79%
agree.
fight. This is maybe they touch down after this, but I think it's really going to be an important here.
Yeah,
if
I
they
agree.
get this back. I think the Slay is going to try and keep going, and I think we are going to see an aerial chase.
I do think that's true. We do get Kiriko
Kiriko just tried
TP
for it.
in.
Yep.
Slay does get unmech'd and goes down to J-Dog. Piggy Power does manage to get M-Treco as well. So that's going to be a huge stagger for UNO. And they're going to have to just sit there and wait as Mines just keeps building and building and building this percentage.
I think we saw something interesting there. Mines Diva just ate Kiriko's healing Katsune.
Oh, really?
That's
was
what
that
happened
it?
on the staircase. They were going to try and save the Diva mech, and they got caught out. Both of them lost.
Viper and Beans
that's
had a
what we
1v1 there, and Viper unfortunately
Ooh.
lost that one again. Piggy Power getting...
Hamcake is...
That was a
going
diff
nuts right
twice. That was kind of crazy.
now. Oh,
Okay.
J-Dog got forced out of mech.
Which is not going to be good. He goes down so fast. Bibber gets one, but he's not going to be able to live on this point for too much
Slay
longer.
just made up that ult economy right there.
Yes, he did.
And this is going to be a difficult push in for Mines. One of them's caught so far out, and they know it. They're going to try and corner Piggy Power here, and I think it might just work, unfortunately.
Viper is around the back, though, so if he needs to, he can touch it when he needs to. And it looks like he is going to touch it.
Maybe the back half of the century? Nope.
Not back cap of the century, but he does
Mine's
pop
is trying
off
to make
EMP.
a push in here.
Yeah,
It's
Piggy Power
very
does.
difficult here.
Yep, J-Dog did get DMAC'd there.
DMAC'd.
He got down. Piggy Power went down really early, which is not good for Mines at all.
That was an absolute domination on Slay's part.
That absolutely was. That was a crazy game.
I
And
think-
that went to UNO so hard. That looked like the first game for us. Like, we
Yeah.
did that to them the first game, and now we're kind of getting that same treatment. So it is now 2-2. Mines and UNO are tied. So it comes down to this game, and it should be.
We're coming back, right?
Nope. We won the first two games.
yeah, we won the first 2 games, but
Yes.
we're kind of come back on this.
Oh,
last game.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I think Mines just has to watch their mental a decent bit, and then they should be pretty all right. They just have to be careful about their mental. That's like a huge thing that I think will be the biggest factor going into this next game. They've lost 2 in a row, so they just need to be careful
Super bonked in the chat.
and watch carefully.
Super bonked. All right. I was just looking for him.
But yeah, so I'm excited to see what Mines does to adjust, because Mines clearly has to adjust, and they know that they have to adjust.
Maybe a little higher.
But I'm not sure what they're going to do.
I think Mines did really good in that first game. I think we just need to see a Mines map.
I
King's
agree.
Row is a really good shutout map. It's really good for
agree.
J-Dog.
Yeah, Servasa is like our
No.
flashpoint map.
Oh, sorry. My
But
bad. Yeah,
I
Mines.
I hope
believe-
this should be an interesting one. I'm
Maybe-
excited to see what happens.
Maybe we just pull it out of nowhere, right? There's just a chance we just shut them out, right?
I mean, if there is a chance, like genuinely, if we go into it with a good mental, that is going to be like, I cannot express this enough. Mental is everything in this game. You have to be able to take a loss and shut it out. You have to be able to, because you don't get a
There's
lot of
still important
time.
stuff though. There's
Yeah,
still
no,
important
but
stuff.
like mental is one of the biggest components, because if you are just already in the space that you've given up and that it's just not going to work, you're not going to be able to do much. Like, you're not going to make the adjustments necessary. You're going to make mistakes. And so I think they just need to come into this game really patiently and watch what the other team is doing, and then figure out what they need to do.
I think what we got to see from UNO is a
them.
good example of why Mines is like, or why like anyone just trying to get a little bit more invested in the game can get shut out easily. If you are feeling the emotion, the rush, it's very easy to miss your Sombra, an enemy Sombra. And I think the UNO noticed this and are starting to take further advantage of this. The Sombra isn't taking tracer fights. The Sombra is staying back until they see like the tank is now committed. We've seen J-Dog push in. Well, Sombra's going to stay back a little bit, stay on the opposing team side, and then wait. And when they see that J-Dog is fully committed to this push, as we know J-Dog for, they're going to go for it. And I think the May was kind of the right pick, but on the wrong map. I think
I can agree with
Flashpoint's
that.
maybe not the most May-friendly path.
No, just because
And I
of how
think-
fast-paced it is, May just doesn't necessarily
Yes.
keep up with that.
I
May is a
think
very, like,
yes.
still type
Brigide's
of character.
the same way.
Yep.
Same way. It really shuts down on the Sombra, but we got to switch out of that. Sombra kind of ended up dominating that game, unfortunately. And I really think it is important to see the skill matchup between the Tracer and Sombra. They're both trying to get behind you. They're both trying to push into that. And I think really that that push is so strong in a fight between the two of them.
Sorry, somebody just picked Gibraltar for the map? Why are we going back on Gibraltar? I thought that everybody hated Gibraltar. Why are we liking Gibraltar
I love
now?
Gibraltar.
I hate Gibraltar.
I'm
I think
sorry.
it's a trash map.
I think that it's
I think it's a trash
I
map.
think,
Why are we going back here?
because it allows J-Dog to get close. It's one of those close range maps that's really hard to take care of your tank in.
Damn it.
That's the reason why. Yeah, I see it. I see it. You've got that support mentality here.
I do.
You hate that close range
hate
map
it.
because it forces all of your team into the same bush, and it really is like it's one of those maps for J-Dog here. It's really just like a tank push. We did get to see a little bit of a tank diff. We're going to clean it up here by forcing your opposing tank into a close area. I think Gibraltar is a little bit of a mixed map, mixed bag, if you will. Whereas where we got to see the Flashpoint pick here, where Flashpoint really just pressed hard on mines. And I think
absolutely.
that the like close range, the need to be in close range is really there for J-Dog, and I think it's harder to sneak a Sombra through. There's a couple of holes here for Gibraltar to get around because they've changed the map a little bit, but I really do think that this map is going to be good for J-Dog, good for the rest of his team, and if they can pick up high on this first area, if they can like pick up the pressure,
I agree.
make sure that like UNO can't really touch or doesn't like defend very well, that this will be a like domination for mines.
I can agree with that. I just think this map is stupid, and I hate it because as a support and as a specifically Moira player, it's like the worst map in the world to play because there's just you can get dove
I should have
really
added that
easily.
in my introduction. I play tank mostly.
Oh, that
sorry guys.
You know what? That
Sorry,
makes
guys.
a lot
I'll
more
just drop
sense.
it right now. I'm the reason why you guys get.
That makes a lot more sense.
more.
Also, just the oof in chat. I'm assuming
Yeah.
you're seeing the loss now. It was kind of rough, but.
I'm sure this map picks it up. This map picks
This
it
is
up.
interesting. J-Dog's still a diva. And we have Widowmaker coming out from
no, that
Piggy
makes
Power.
sense. On this map right now.
No, but it's still kind of interesting. I'm still excited to see
Widowmaker
it.
shuts down on this map.
Oh, absolutely.
So this map
I agree.
likes
I
close
know that.
corridors, and the Widowmaker here in these close corridors is like very weirdly
It's like
effective. in
picking
Gibraltar.
grapes.
Yeah, J-Dog is I think picking Diva here to make sure to apply that pressure. The knockback for Diva in this map is very relevant, unfortunately.
Unfortunately,
well, I
you
mean, it's
sound
just
like
that
you're
odd,
hearing
right?
from experience here.
I think I played Reinhardt one too many.
Yeah,
I
you
do
kind of deserve it.
I do. Hey now. Oh, we do get to see an interesting play from J-Dog. They're pushing on high ground, which I think is a very important play to start with.
Oh, absolutely.
And,
high ground
we
is
did see a
super
hack
crazy.
Here. J-Dog
but
demeched first.
Beads is
This
going
is it.
out.
Unfortunately, J-Dog got demeched, and that's going to be a retreat here, I do believe. Yeah, they can't force this win anymore. The supports, one of the supports got picked off. It's the Kiriko. They're going to try and Boostio in. I don't know that the Boostio here is really what Mines is looking for. They'd want to get J-Dog in first, but that Diva can already apply that speed. What I think really what we need to see here is like a stronger support that can stay away from the tank, but
I
also
agree.
apply that range pressure. Like
I think the problem is that Bibbert he hasn't been able to really play anything than Lucio for the past like 3 years. So he just doesn't have the experience on the other tanks, and I think, or on the other supports like he used to. And I think that that's probably part of the struggle that we're seeing here. Also, Super Bonked is now in the chat. There you go.
Hey, Super Bonked.
I don't know who that is, but
I know who Super Bonked is.
I figured as much because you asked about Super Bonk.
I'm not going to dox myself, thank you.
He's bonked.
Hi, I'm Bonked.
It's older bonk.
It's older Bonked.
Older Bonked. Fair.
The Greater Bonk Society.
The Greater Bonked Society, the
His whole
GBS.
family is bonked.
That's funny, actually.
I actually have no idea if that's true. I'm just.
Well, I mean,
I think it'd
according
be
to
funny
Twitch
if that
it is.
was. Exactly. That makes sense.
We are going to see some interesting play here. The Sombra is taking high ground, which is very interesting with the low ground. They did split their team in two, which I'm very interested to see how this turns out. I don't know if splitting the team works.
It doesn't
but
look
I
like
do
it's
know that
working.
this is a strategy that used to be employed back when we had more people to split.
Yeah.
I think that J-Dog is now taking the low ground to try and make up for it. I think sticking with that Sombra on the high ground isn't going to quite make it as long as you're within that underground push area. I think that bottom area is a very hard push point to push through because the defenders have access to 200
And the
health.
hack comes out and J-Dog gets melted so fast. That'll be just
Slay
another.
is just dominating on Diva right now.
He really is. I think it's just coming down to like player experience on these characters.
I think
J-Dog
it's a
just
little
doesn't.
bit more.
J-Dog just doesn't really
I think
have the.
defense Diva is a little bit stronger. I think defense Diva is a little bit stronger because you push them into their spawn.
I think so, but
has place to back up to.
Yeah,
J-Dog
that's
doesn't
true.
have that area. Like you said, J-Dog just needs to take that one step back to go 4 steps forward. And I think
Yeah.
right now we're getting to see like they're kind of stuffed in their spawn. There's not a lot of place to move. We're seeing another King's Row example. And I think that that's very important. J-Dog is taking a lot of damage trying to force his top ground, but it's just not working out for him. I think they could sneak this, I do believe. They did get the Juno pick, which is going to be important.
That's going to be super important.
The Sombra did not get the proper hack, and we did see a Diva bomb, but the Sombra is picked, and
Double D goes down to that. He goes down to that Diva bomb, and that is going to be
Kiriko shut down,
M-Tracker
though.
getting picked off. J-Dog is
I
not
think-
winning this health
they
fight
had to,
though right
they had
now.
to pull back out of that area. We did see the Tracer pick up the healing pack over the.
Ooh,
tank. I don't know
Tracer
if that
goes
was intentional.
down to J-Dog, so
Tracer
that is
did
going
get
to
shredded.
that is
we
going
did
to
get
help.
to see a retreat from Slay. Slay did just retreat. They're trying to force in with the
Juno
Diva.
ult.
Yeah, the Juno ult, the Lucio ult, and they really did just do a good job of pushing them back, getting that cart moved forward, and using that knockback to push your opponents back. But I think we did just see a shutdown.
Ooh, and unfortunately, J-Dog is not going to be able to get into that mech, and he's going to go down, and that is going to be the round for Mines. They didn't even get to that first checkpoint, so they really have to make sure their defense is really strong. They have to play careful. They're not playing careful like they need to. They're not, like, taking a step back from the situation, looking at it, and then going in the correct way. And I think that that is really affecting Mines right now, and it's kind of driving me up the wall.
I think that we're trying to play for high ground when high ground isn't really holding that much value. They're trying to get the cart forward. If you can get that cart to that first point, you're in the clear.
Yeah.
But we haven't been able to see that from Mines.
Nope.
Mines has been trying to establish that high ground, and I think that the high ground does play highly into this round. And I think that, yes, it does make sense, but at the same time, I think that your opposing team wasn't really playing for the cart. And if you can push on the cart hard enough on this map, you can really push it through your opponents. I think that's the reason why J-Dog was going to be powerful here. And I think the playing Diva brings a mindset where you need to be top.
Yeah.
And I think that is really starting to affect J-Dog's like pushing potential. J-Dog now has that vertical aspect. J-Dog's trying to go up and forward. J-Dog needs to go forward and forward. And I think that we got to see like two supports on the cart at once from the opposing team. Like there were times where the cart was valuable and vulnerable. And I really do think that this is really playing into the Mines mindset here a little bit more and a little bit more. We're seeing a little bit more of that like, all right, I'm just going for this one person. I'm just going for this one person. And then they don't get it.
Yep.
I don't know if anyone in the chat's played League before, but if you're a new player to League, that's what it feels like. You got to go in for it, and you probably shouldn't.
Yep. So we'll see. We'll see. Nobody. I've avoided League on purpose.
That many people
League
have.
is
It's
cringe.
good. It is good for your mental health to avoid
Yep,
it.
and I plan on staying that way.
Oh, we are going to see some interesting push here. J-Dog's trying to push down on those supports, gets hacked, and I really think he's separated from the rest of his team. I think it's important to see that the Diva came in the backup there and pushed into the underground. I really don't know how this is going to play out for Mines. We did just see the Diva retreat here from Mines, and we are going to see a little bit of more pressure from Slay here. The Slay is getting all of the support. Oh, Slay's in deep, but the Kiriko is able to support that, and we are seeing the Brigitte get focused out.
yeah.
J-Dog's just way too far away from that Brigitte right now, and I think that just shut down J-Dog, and we are seeing both of the rest of the team start to notice, all right, J-Dog's down, we need to start cutting this high ground, we need to put this pressure on, and they aren't able to properly do that because they can't keep any place. The Tracer just recalled right out of that.
Oh,
Yep.
that was so close to getting
close.
that Tracer, but unfortunately, it's just not the kill.
We are close to high noon here. That may just play into this map. This map, High Noon just has so much value on this map with the open positions and such and such cover. But the need
Juno
to be
goes
out in the
down
open.
for
Juno does go
UNO.
down. We are getting pretty close to the point underneath, unfortunately. M-Trekker is getting focused down by Diva. Oh, Tracer's there to support the M-Trekker. Diva's going backline on Brigitte. They have noticed they're going for that High Noon anyway. It's a little bit greedy, but they got it. They
The
shut down
alt
the Diva.
trade there. I kind of like that though.
I think
that
those
was kind of.
ultimates are equal value right now.
I agree. That was kind of funny. Actually, I enjoyed
lower
that.
than that. I think that alt trade was beneficial to Mines. I think that
I can
Piggy
agree
Power
with
can
that.
build alt,
Especially
basically the same fast as Slay. And I think that as long as Piggy Power is going for that backline and not focusing on Slay, it's going to be a little bit harder to kill Slay. But Piggy Power can build that alt, can keep making that trade, and I think that trade is really valuable to Mines here. Diva Bomb just has that much more power than High Noon right now, with it just not being able to hit certain characters. Oh, we are about to see J-Dog have ultimate here, which is crazy. We might just see two team fights with an ultimate in a row. Kiriko gets shot down. Doubled is alone on the cart and gets ulted by Tracer. They are locking out of cart, and they're forcing J-Dog to stay on that cart. And that is really going to hurt J-Dog here, especially being the Cassidy is alone. No Diva Bomb access because they hacked, and that was just a shutdown, unfortunately.
And that will be the 5th and final game going to UNO. They really brought that back. They were down 2-0, and they managed to win 3 games in a row. What a comeback from UNO. That was impressive. They really changed their gameplay, and they made it work. That was incredible.
I was a little bit worried when we saw the counter pick into Diva. I'm hoping that Mines can recover from this for the next game. I think that it's important to note how aggressive that Slay was playing and how aggressive the supports were playing into it. And I think
agree.
that J-Dog just got separated from his supports way too often at the end. Got maybe a little bit tilted, a little bit deep.
Definitely.
And I think that
I agree.
that UNO took perfect advantage of this. They cut off the head of the snake. They cut off the head of the Hydra, I guess.
Yep.
Into UND, which just came back and said, all right, you're going to push into our team? You can come into our team. We're going to kill you, and then we're going to get your team. And I think the really shut down on support, the really shut downs on Kiriko's, really pushes that J-Dog was trying to make. J-Dog had opened up, unfortunately, to the rest of the team.
I agree. I think there was just a lot of escapability from UNO by the end, because if you looked at their character, it was Judo, it was Kiriko, it was Tracer, it was Sabra, it was Diva. Every single one of those characters has some sort of movement ability that just lets them just absolutely escape, and that we didn't have anything to go against it. We just really couldn't do anything against it because we just weren't adjusting to it the way that we needed to.
We just saw a monkeyless dive technique. It was masterful.
It was so cool.
I love
seeing comps come out that they don't necessarily look like they're supposed to work, but they work so well because the people who are playing them know those characters well, and they're just executed very, very well. And I just think that's so fun. But that is all for tonight, folks. I will be back next week. I don't know if he will. We'll see. But first, our sponsors, because we love them, because they're so helpful. They help us do the really cool things that we do here, and they help us do the really cool things outside of the streams, the events, everything like that. So we are going to thank Blue Peak, Live Hospitality, Lenovo, Under Armour,
Link Tech,
that's an Omnitech,
and Intel.
And
we are really grateful for everyone who has committed to the stream, and we are very thankful for everyone who has put money into the stream. It does help us. We do appreciate it, and we're trying to put out our best foot for you guys.
Yes. Blue Peak is our oldest sponsor. Live Hospitality is our biggest sponsor, and we just really appreciate them a whole heckin' lot. They do a whole heckin' lot for us, and we love them to death. Thank you very much. You help us a lot. If you are interested in seeing more of what we're getting up to, you can do !socials in the chat. I know Apex is tomorrow, so you can tune in and watch them. We have an event this weekend that I'm hosting. I'm super excited about. It's not going to be streaming. I don't know if it's the first one.
I think that's first Apex. I think you guys should tune into first Apex. I think we're going to see how this season's going to turn out for Apex. I think our team got really good last year. If you tuned into the podcast, you know, but the team's been building. It got really strong last year, and I really think that these are going to be very interesting Apex games. I think you guys should tune in tomorrow, and yeah.
If you have a Twitch Prime, you should sub. But that's about it.
All right.
Our !socials in the chat if you're interested in seeing what else we're up to, and we will see you. Well, I will see you next week. Bye.
I'm Bonked, and you are.
I'm Hale.
And we'll see you next time.
Bye.
I'm on my own, broken alone. I feel the rain crashing down all around this empty town. I'm searching for the lost and found, but you don't care, you're unaware. Keep moving like the scars aren't even there. It's in the air like a blazing flare. Don't stare 'cause the flames will burn us. I thought you were the one for me. That's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. kiss your head when you cried for me. Hold your hand while the pain was over. Keep you warm by the roaring sea. You meant the world to me. You meant the world to me. You meant the world to me. My darling dear, you're never here. When I'm in pain, you hide and disappear. Like shadows in the atmosphere, charting the stratosphere. Yeah. I prayed for you and kept you near in hopes you'd chase away my fears. I'm on my own, you made it so, and now I'm chasing nightmares through. I used to run with you through the great big leaves, laugh at you when you laugh at me. Hope for us because I believe the home was just you and me. I thought you were the one for me, that's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, I'm gonna do this on my own. No point in blaming you, you did not know. Oh, I thought you